Now, a vision is somewhat like a mission, but it's not entirely like a mission. Whereas a mission is more about the journey, how I think of it, a vision is more about the destination. The vision is your desired future state, your mental picture of what is possible for the future. What you want to see happen, what you want your world to look like, a target of what could be. And one of the great examples in our history of vision, we have to go back to John F. Kennedy, the early 60s. What did he say? He said, "We are going to put a man on the moon and bring him back to Earth safely before the end of this decade." Now, if you're old enough to remember what NASA was like, well, actually, I don't even think there was a NASA then. What was the space program was like at that time, the precursor to NASA, you'll realize that Kennedy's statement at that day would be somewhat like myself saying to you, okay, we're going to build a time machine in the next 20 years, and we'll be able to go forward and backward in time as often as we want. You'd all think, come on, Ara, you're dreaming. That's science fiction. You've been reading too many comic books. Okay? So Kennedy's statement was ludicrous to the scientific community at the time. They thought, oh, what has he committed us to? We can't go to the moon, we can't even launch a rocket accurately, let alone get someone to the moon and back. My stars, no pun intended. What is he putting us through? So Kennedy had a vision that was compelling. It was so compelling that it literally galvanized an entire nation. It ended up with the Apollo 11 launch. We actually got people up there on the moon and back safely to Earth before the decade. I'm sure he was very proud, watching from wherever he was. There's a great scripture in the Hebrew Bible that I think is very germane to what we're talking about the significance of vision. It comes from the book of Proverbs. It says, "Where there is no vision, people perish." And so I would have you keep that in mind. Where there is no vision, people do perish. Our direct reports, our teams languish. They suffer. They're not galvanized. They're not motivated. The more compelling the vision of your desired future, and the better and more elegantly you communicate that to your people, the greater your leadership potential.